This week on the Unqualified Gamers Podcast, the boys go over Black Ops 6 Zombies Glitch, Ricochet's anti-cheat, and Space Marines 2 update. Rayjon
Very
episode.
much emphasis on that, but
Episode
the Rayjon episode.
91, the Rayjon episode. I actually played with Rayjon. He joined me in Call of Duty the other night. We thought it was
I did see him
random.
online. I was completely surprised actually that he was online.
We thought it was random. Royal was like, dude, Rayjon is here. Rayjon 91. I'm like, you're fucking full of shit. And then I ran into him, but he joined off of me. So anyway,
did he join in the server, or did he just join?
Just join the game. And then he joined the server after that. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, we have.
Was that Black Ops or was that
Black Ops 6? Yes.
So he bought Black Ops 6.
Yeah. Yep.
What a fucking loser.
Or he might have it through the Game Pass. But we'll go over that.
Either way,
we'll go over that in a minute. But
he's a follower.
We here at the Unqualified Gamers Podcast, the #1 video game podcast in the world, have some news to share with the people.
Did you want to let us in on what this big news was?
What's the news? Yeah.
I've already told you both, I believe. But we are now listed as a video game podcast on Spotify.
Oh,
we were just a leisure podcast before, but now we are a video game podcast.
Well, I mean, it was close enough to like seizure, which is probably what we were giving people for a while.
Yeah. Well, it could happen.
I mean,
anyway,
especially when you're starting the episode by saying "Welcome."
If you have Spotify on your phone, please go give us a review. Obviously 5 stars because we're that fucking awesome. We are really trying to push on Spotify. I've been taking classes and shit. Let's fucking go. We're a video game podcast on Spotify, guys. We made it.
Everybody's like,
yeah, I gotta turn CC down. He just kept getting louder. Jesus Christ.
I'm a loud human, dude. I'm a loud human.
You have a very large mouth.
No, that ain't the only thing that's large.
Fit like 3 fists in there.
My feet are pretty big,
and you have a very large mouth, and it seems very large, and you also have a very large head, which means your mouth is probably
I do
4 times the size of a normal human's
have
mouth.
a fucking massive head, dude. It's just massive.
Yeah.
But anyway, so before we get into the list, I wanted to talk about that. Thank you. Hey, round of applause for the Unqualified Gamers being a video game podcast finally on Spotify. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the enthusiasm. You guys are not near as fucking excited as I am.
Oh, hold on. I got the sound for this.
There we go. There it is.
Actually, I kind of like that. Thank you. That made me feel a little better. Put a little pep in my step, you know?
Lord have mercy.
By the way, also, Kai said that I'm her favorite. Kai's wife said that I'm her favorite. So, from there, you know,
I got this, guys. I found the soundboard.
Do I gotta call you? Do I gotta call you? You know what? Or are we gonna be able to get through this episode? Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So, anyway, what the fuck was I just gonna say before the crickets fucked me up?
It's all about my wife, I think.
No, your wife. I'm Kai's wife's favorite unqualified gamer. I mean, let's just.
She did say. She did say that. Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
I honestly, all I think that conversation is she's just like, yeah, Cece is just unqualified, and he just filled in the rest.
Nah, she listened to me talk about her being a badass last week, and told Kai that I'm her favorite, which I kind of knew that to begin with.
I was actually in a game chat. We were playing Space Marine 2 last night with Casey, and she was like, "Oh, tell him he's my favorite." And I was like, "Hey, Casey, just so you're aware, you're my wife's favorite." She meant Cece, but you're on here, so she goes, "Oh yeah, I did mean Cece."
Jesus Christ!
She doesn't even know who you are. She just
that's all right.
You're her favorite.
That's okay.
One guy from
I was a lot happier before you said that, but it's cool.
I know that's fine.
It's cool.
That's
anyway.
Keep you at top all day.
Anyway, so last week when we went over the Black Ops 6 stuff, so you don't have to have any kind of special subscription for anything in the game,
except for audio,
unless you want the upgraded audio. So, but I've been having a lot of fun with it.
I bet you have, because it just came out, and it's a fucking Call of Duty game, and as soon as it fucking comes out, everybody has a great time with it.
Yeah, we'll have a great time with it for 2 weeks till Warzone comes back, and then we won't play it anymore. So,
or you could be one of the non-sheep in the gaming community and just not play it.
Have you seen the games that he tries to play? He refunds them. He can't not be a sheep.
I was going to literally just buy the Xbox Game Pass so I could play it for 2 weeks. So it would have been like $12.
So I
That's
have to
what
ask
Shane
then,
did.
CC, do you just like when you get a Call of Duty, do you like get it, play it for an hour and a half, get some skins, refund it, buy it again, play for an hour and a half? Like,
I
is
tell
that
you
like
what,
the cycle?
I didn't know that was a fucking option. That would have been a lot cheaper.
Buys
But
it on Steam.
so
Does it, refunds it.
Chain got it on Game Pass. He didn't have to pay anything special to play any of the game modes. And then I'm like, oh, I could do that too. But what if Kai was right? I need to make sure. So I bought the fucking game for $70. And yeah,
He literally spent $70 just to prove.
Well, I
point.
wanted to not just to prove my point. I wanted to see if it was true. You know, I wanted to make sure. So
and he's going to keep the game anyways.
That's a tax write-off for the podcast.
It's a Call of Duty tag, so CC's instantly like, oh, I gotta
that
keep that
is
game.
That's not
bad
that
financial decisions.
Yeah, it's the same game, but it's new hype for it, so we'll just
that is not
get
true.
it again.
That is not true.
Yeah, with guys like
didn't they have
jumping
like
through windows and sliding across their backs?
Aren't most of the maps for this from like Modern Warfare?
I don't think any of the maps from this.
They're not even like Black Ops maps.
I think they're all brand new.
I don't think so.
I think
I know there are some. I know there are some where they took away like the 3-lane maps. I do know that, but I've seen some of the old maps again.
I like most of the maps. I really do. There's one that I don't like. I can't remember what it's called, but I like most of the maps. I like the guns. So, kind of excited.
I did see somebody who went outside of Nuketown, and they, or it's not Nuketown, it's another map that's right next to Nuketown.
Nuketown comes out next week.
Right. So, there's a map that takes place like, I don't know how they got outside of the map, but they were able to get outside of the map. They saw the map they were in. They went to Nuketown, and then they went over the other way. And on the other side of the map was like Area 96 or something like that. And what it looked like.
I'm not
like a battle royale map.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but like when you jump out of the map, you get like 3 seconds, so it's very quick. So.
Oh no! This was
unless you're hacking.
Yeah.
Because we all know
the amount of hackers. Yeah.
Honestly, man, like I'm convinced that that the Call of Duty developers are also the ones making the hacks, just so again they can sell the hats, ban the person, and then the person has to rebuy the game.
Didn't they just sue the fuck out of some? Well, they don't hardware ban people, so you don't have to rebuy the game. Yeah.
Well, you would if it's Black Ops 6.
No, it's not. You don't get hardware banned.
Okay, but how? Okay, if you get your account, how do you play Black Ops 6 on the same account? Don't you have to rebuy the game?
Well, I guess if you bought it through Steam or something, yeah, you probably would have to. But if you buy it on like Xbox, just start a different account.
So Xbox, you have to get a new Game Pass?
Game Pass?
Yeah.
I don't even know if you'd have to get a new Game Pass. You just have to log into a different.
Yeah, you just have to log into a different account.
On the same Game Pass? How many accounts can you have on one Game Pass?
I don't know if it's a family.
Well, but like let's say you own an Xbox and you buy the game on Xbox, you could just have that be the home Xbox for the.
You could just buy the Game Pass. Yeah, you could just buy the Game Pass too, and it'd be cheaper to rebuy the Game Pass every time.
Let's not help the cheaters, but yeah, I'm convinced that like a lot of people are using fucking Cronus right now.
So, well, that's not a surprise. And it's funny because Ricochet
people have no fucking recoil on some of these guns.
They just said that they upgraded it. They made an update to Ricochet, and it's supposed to catch hackers within 5 matches. Like,
so there's a dude that I follow on Twitter and on Twitch from Carnage Clan. His name's Tasty. He's really fucking good at Call of Duty, like really good.
Okay.
And he's shadow banned right now.
Well, I don't know if there was like a shadow banning. So there was the ban for possible hacking, and then there's like they'll do what's it called? Not hallucinations.
So
something like that.
What a shadow ban is it's while you're being while they're checking your account, you go into hacker lobbies with everybody where everybody is shadow banned, and you go in. It's just hacker fucking heaven. It's fucking wild. It's insane.
Just full of hackers.
Yes, and other people that have been wrongfully
I guess
like
it is.
mass reported and shit.
CC has spent a lot of time there.
I did spend 2
both,
weeks
I guess
there
there's
in Warzone.
hallucinations.
and not deserved.
I
So
did
people who
spend
are
2 weeks
suspected
there
of
in Warzone.
cheating will be given hallucinations of fake players.
Mhm.
They'll have no damage and their weapons will disappear.
Yep. heard
And then what they're counting, what Ricochet is now counting as malicious attacks, which is funny coming off of the guy we were just talking about that we said may or may not have been hacking, which I still think
Bobby.
it was. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
It says that it includes account sharing, unlock tools, and account boosting. So as soon as you use an unlock tool like he was using, maybe that's why his account got banned, was because he talked about that
Could be.
unlock tool, and then it just, since they implemented it before the game came out, instantly banned. So, but from what I've been seeing on COD, it seems like hackers, or at least like what you said with the Cronus, they're going crazy in Call of Duty right now.
Yeah.
Like there's so many people. I've seen like multiple clips of people that just following people through buildings, or they'll be shooting at somebody and then instantly lock onto the next person like 90 degrees to the right or something.
That's not Cronus. Cronus is basically.
Well, I'm not saying that's Cronus.
Well, Cronus, you can get rid of. I just watched a video on this. the other day.
Recoil and stuff, yeah.
You could get rid of recoil completely.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, I've seen a lot of
that's
people.
one of the things it does.
Using. Obviously, I haven't leveled the guns all the way up yet. I mean, a couple of them, I'm close, but I've got massive fucking recoil on a couple of them, and like the M4 or whatever, I don't know what it's called in this game. Somebody killed me with it, and they went from like the 4 of us like right in a row, and they had 0 fucking recoil. It didn't snap from player to player like aimbot, but it was just insane that the 0 fucking recoil.
I will say that there was a player, he made a genius idea. I liked it. He talked about separating lobbies based on like people who work an 8 to 5 or a 9 to 5 or whatever you want to call it, job, compared to people who just don't have jobs. Like the people who are leveling up like instantly every single day.
There's people that work 9 to 5s and then all they do is go and play Call of Duty. That would never. I mean, all I would have to do is be like, I work at 9 to 5.
I'm sure you could just base it off of XP, you know, the amount of people XP per day or something like that.
I don't know. Okay. I just think they need to finally fine tune skill based matchmaking a little better.
They need to get rid of it unless it's in ranked, is what they need to do.
I mean, I agree, but I don't think they're going to.
No, probably not. I've heard it's like one of the worst things right now too, is people are playing like a match where they do good, and then the next match it's like they're playing on a fucking competition.
Well, there was also the last Call of Duty game that came out. When it first came out, like the first 2 weeks, there was no skill-based matchmaking, and everybody was bitching about the skill-based matchmaking. They're like, it's not even on right now.
No, that wasn't Call of Duty. That was X Defiant.
Well, it was the same thing. It was the last Call of Duty. They had the same thing though.
No, they never didn't have.
Yeah, during the beta or something, it wasn't on. They didn't have it on.
Oh, during the beta?
Yeah, when it first dropped or whatever, everybody was bitching about it.
That's not the game dropping. That's a beta.
Same fucking thing.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Call of Duty.
Oh, here we're gonna release the testing. It's the game dropping early.
I mean, basically, it goes 2 weeks before the fucking game comes out.
Shut up! I hate you so much.
No, you don't.
A little bit.
What the hell is Squadron 42?
So Squadron 42 is a newer game where it's going to have our favorite actor Henry Cavill playing as the main character. It's kind of similar to Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk. It's literally him as the main character, but you're basically a rookie pilot and your ship is fully customizable. It reminds me of what's that space game everybody was playing?
Star Citizen?
No, I don't know. Whatever it was called. I don't know. I feel like CC got it and then stopped playing it after like 2 weeks because.
What was it?
It's like the space game.
Sky?
No Man's Sky. There you go. So
I was just going to start going through everything that
you might as well have. I mean, Mass Effect. So it looks. It reminds me kind of a little bit of Mass Effect, except you don't like freeze time and then do your moves or anything like that. But it's a first person shooter where you can do missions, but you also are a pilot, so you can fly and shoot. So No Man's Sky, kind of like that. Yeah, but it's first person. It's not third person.
Yeah.
All right.
And then you have to fight off an alien race of a duel.
So it's more story driven, not open world sandbox.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't think they have an infinite number of planets and all that stuff. Obviously, it's more just like you said, storyline driven. I didn't look. I should have looked if it was multiplayer or.
Sounds like it's
I
probably
feel
single
like it's going to be
player.
solo.
Maybe co-op though.
Well,
No worries.
I don't know. Let me take a look while you talk about Fortnite.
What's going on with Fortnite?
They're going to be doing shoe customizations.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were going with it.
Shoe customizations?
That's a horrible game.
So
yeah, so
Fortnite actually I don't know if they pick sides or if they were kind of pushed into a side, but Fortnite got into politics.
Are you talking about the liberal map or whatever?
That commercial or whatever. Yeah, it's like commercial.
It was a map that was actually designed by the Harris Waltz team that has like political slogans and everything like all over the Fortnite map itself.
I'm sure they have that
Stacey,
for multiple every side. I'm sure, but
you said you were going to try it out and like, give us some feedback.
I didn't. I forgot about it because you just told me about it yesterday, and I only played for like an hour yesterday because I had some personal shit to take care of. So, but yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I mean, fuck it, why not? I don't even have.
No,
Fortnite
Squadron 42 is
now.
a single player. It's a single player game.
Okay.
Yeah. So obviously mission driven, but Fortnite, no, they're gonna have shoe customizations they're gonna be introducing to the game. So they'll have deals with like Nike, Reebok, Under Armour, whatever shoe brand that they come out with a deal with, and then they'll sell those skins in the Fortnite store.
Right.
So Fortnite will be making more money, but off of literally shoes for your character, just the shoes.
No,
and people think that it'll be something that'll affect parents too, because obviously the main audience for Fortnite is little kids. And if they have specific shoes that they like on their character in Fortnite, they're going to want to wear those IRL. And the shoes that they're going to be putting into Fortnite is going to be shoes that they'll release later IRL and be able to buy in store. So,
wow.
Is it going to be like the
I'm not surprised.
Overwatch thing though, where it costs more to buy it in game than the actual product?
No, I wouldn't probably be like $6. It'd probably be like $6 in the game, probably.
All right, because that's what it was. So in the game, in Overwatch, there was a little keychain charm you could put on your weapon, and it was $4.99 or $5.99 or something like that to buy it in game. But you could have the actual physical keychain shipped to you for $2.99 from the Blizzard shop.
Oh, nice.
So it actually costs you more to buy it to put on your weapon in game than it would be to put on your keys for your vehicle.
My guess is it'll be around like 600 V-bucks, 700 V-bucks, probably. About $6,
I don't know what that translates to in
$10
USD.
$10 for 1,000.
Oh.
Ish. Depending on
the day. So I heard a funny story today for talking about money. The Australian government created, I guess it was this coin. It was supposed to be a limited edition Bluey coin. And they made 100,000 of them. And I guess like 63,000 of them were stolen out of a warehouse.
That's kind of funny.
And
they know the value of Bluey, I tell you.
Yeah, right. And so I guess 40,000 of them were recovered, still inside the bag, maybe just a couple of miles away from where the theft happened. But yeah, there's like 20,000 of these things that are unaccounted for. And the coins themselves actually have a value of $1 Australian dollar.
Oh, so like it's legitimate currency?
Yeah, you know how we have like the commemorative coins and shit like that?
Yeah.
They had one
like
for
the
Bluey.
2020 coin is the bat?
Something.
Quarter? Yeah.
And I don't know, Kai, you have kids, maybe you know. Do you know the name of Bluey's dad?
Bluey's dad?
I thought it was Dad.
Old Bluey?
No,
anyway.
I thought it was
Dad. It was like Dad, Mom, Bluey, Bingo.
No, like he has an actual name. Anyway, his name is what they named the task force to find these coins that were stolen.
It's kind of funny.
So yeah, that was just my little thing about, world's current affairs.
World current affairs.
Go ahead and keep going on with your Space Marine crap.
Bandit. His name is Bandit.
Okay, so yeah, it was like Operation Bandit, or the group was called Bandit or something for finding the coins.
Yeah, I did not know anything about the Fortnite
Aussies.
shoes, but I'm sure,
you're gonna buy some.
I really want to fucking play that game sometimes. Like, especially right now. Fortnite is usually pretty fun. Just haven't felt like getting into it at all. So
too bad you're stuck doing this podcast, huh?
I know.
Son of a bitch.
Waste
Son
of
of a
fucking
bitch.
time.
It's
It's not
kinda
a waste
crazy,
of
we're
my time. We're a video game podcast.
It's kind of crazy. We're actually recording on a Wednesday this week instead of Thursday because it just so happens that Halloween falls on a Thursday,
Yeah.
which is funny because Thanksgiving's going to fall on a Thursday. I mean, it falls on a Thursday
I was
every
gonna
single
say,
year.
doesn't
But
it always fall on
yeah.
Thursday, guy?
yeah, it does. It does.
Oh
it does.
boy.
I don't know what
I actually
Christmas
found
falls
out
on
when
this year.
my trick-or-treating time is. It's between 5:30 and 7:30. It's like 2 sanctioned hours.
Yeah,
Two
that's
hours.
that's
And
normal
I feel
now.
like it used to be. I thought it used to be like 6 to 8 or something.
It used
Was
to
it
be
too
later,
dark
but
then or
now
something?
now it's lighter, dude. With the
Really?
fucking world.
I don't
yeah,
like.
it's
I
fucking
preferred it when it was dark because that's when you do
Well,
all the
yeah.
scaring and shit.
right.
So,
You hide it.
You
in
probably can't
the
scare people
shadows
anymore.
and jump out at kids and scare the shit out of them and give them a candy bar.
yeah,
It's
but
even trade.
now you're gonna get sued for like
True.
emotional distress and.
Well, all you have to do at the front of your yard, you put up a big TW before they enter.
They don't
your
fucking
yard.
care.
No, all you have to do
like-
is take a picture and say, "Sorry, there was a trigger warning."
The coffee cup from McDonald's said contents may be hot. Bitch still sued.
That was different, though. That was different. I actually
Jesus
went to a
Christ.
marketing thing about that, and the reason that actually happened, it had nothing to do with like it
It was
being
because
hot.
because it was way hotter than it's like supposed
Yeah,
to be.
and when
right?
they handed it to her and the cap popped off, it gave her 3rd-degree burns.
Yeah.
So it had nothing to do with because
was
it was
like
hot.
wasn't it like 40 degrees fucking hotter than it was like legally supposed to be or whatever?
I think it was more than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She had actually gone there before. When she took a sip out of it, she like told them it like burnt her mouth and asked them to cool it down, and they still didn't. And then one time they gave it to her, it like popped open and gave her 3rd-degree burns on her arm. So
Are either
She
one of
said,
you guys coffee
understandably.
drinkers?
I hate coffee.
Oh, I
Mm-mm.
fucking
I'm
love
actually
coffee.
drinking some Dunkin' right now. You
That
should
doesn't-
sponsor us, Dunkin'.
That doesn't.
Is
Iced
it-
coffee doesn't count.
I did. I will say I love
Okay,
the
maybe it does.
Dunkin'
People love
pumpkin
that
donuts.
shit.
Those things are so good. Do you get the
I don't like
pumpkin
it-
drinks?
I don't like
I don't
anything
like
pumpkin.
I don't like coffee.
I don't like
I do.
anything
Cece, who are you talking
Donuts
to?
are like-
Are you talking to us?
Yeah,
Talking to, Are you talking to
Okay.
chat?
I said I don't like
Bandit
anything
custard
pumpkin.
killer. All right. Fucking this.
What
expert on
what did I
fucking
do? I'm
Bluey.
confused. I said I don't like
Oh,
anything
like Kai
pumpkin.
and I are talking, and it sounded like you were just talking under your breath about God. I hate fucking pumpkin. And
I
everything
fucking
pumpkin
do.
and
Fucking terrible, dude. Pumpkin
Just
pie.
old man
Get the fuck out of
screaming
here.
at clouds.
I like pumpkin pie with some Cool Whip. Is delicious.
Cool Whip. Oh, okay,
Cool
Cool
Stewie.
Whip? Oh god.
Cool Whip.
Whip.
Yeah,
Oh my
delicious.
God.
But their donuts, the Dunkin' pumpkin donuts, love them.
I did-
As far as donuts
Those are
go,
like the
there
only donuts I
is-
like from Dunkin'.
As far as donuts go, there is a place out here called White House Farm, and they have the best blueberry donuts. Like
Blueberry
people
donuts
come
are good.
from like
Blueberry donuts are
hours
good.
around to go to this place for blueberry donuts, and they also have like fresh squeezed cider there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You need to look up
delicious.
if you guys have any sort of like it's great for Thanksgiving, but even for like Halloween parties or anything like that, there's a Cool Whip dip that you use. So you take I found graham crackers are the best for it, but graham crackers with you get Cool Whip, pumpkin pie filling, pumpkin spice, and there was like one other Jello.
You
and you
are
mix them all
such a
together.
basic bitch, Kai. You're such a
That
basic
shit
bitch.
is, bro. I took that when I had a Thanksgiving dinner, like potluck at my friend's house.
Yeah.
I took that over there. That dip disappeared. People wanted to take it home. When I did it at work, people wanted to take it home. They're like, "Can I take a container of this home?" I'm like, "Go for it." That
Yeah.
shit is.
Do you
fire.
always pronounce it with the H? Because I'm just
Cool
now
Whip.
noticing that you are like using
do.
that H.
I do every time. Yeah.
I don't.
Ever
I don't.
since-
I like to
Ever
do
since
it
I
when-
watched that episode, I do every
Yeah,
single time.
the Cool Whip.
Yeah.
There's hair in your pie. Yeah.
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 Um,
Casey's jealous. He wants some of the dip.
my
He loves pumpkin too.
I've always
Said
been
he'd
one of,
suck
my
off the
daughter
pumpkin
used to
for some.
like to go to fucking Starbucks all the time, and I would have said I'll never go to fucking Starbucks. I go to basically the same fucking thing all the time now. It's called Scooters around here, coffee.
Okay.
Love
Okay.
it. They closed the Hardee's that's like 3 blocks away from my house. I don't know, 5 years ago, which whatever, but they are rebuilding
How is
into a
Hardee's and
Starbucks.
Scooters anything? Like,
They're rebuilding it
Hardee's
into
is
a fucking Starbucks. They tore the
Oh.
building down and they're building
Oh,
a
okay.
Starbucks.
Yeah,
right
I
there.
was
I
also.
was like, what the fuck?
So
does
it's like I'm gonna have a
Hardee's have to do
Starbucks
with
3
fucking-
blocks from my fucking house, so I'll probably fucking be stopping
So-
every goddamn morning.
really waiting
Right?
to hear how that shit linked.
I know. I was so confused. Lecanto, right up the road from
And
us,
it
or
worked,
kind of
didn't it?
right up the road. They've been exploding with businesses, right? They built like
What is-
10 within the last. Lecanto is the name of the city.
Oh, okay.
They built 10 businesses within like the last month or 2 months.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks, Panera Bread, Texas Roadhouse, and Target were like the main 4 in their own little parking lot.
I've still never had Panera
holy
Bread.
shit. No?
I'm not
it's expensive.
I'm not a wet
It's
bread
expensive.
guy. Like wet bread fucking is the worst thing in the world.
What do you have to get fucking wet bread for? Go in there, get a cinnamon crunch bagel with some hazelnut.
I just know people
cream
get
cheese.
like bread bowls there. Where it's like fucking
Yeah, I did get a bread bowl before.
And that fucking terrifies me. Like it's
actually pretty good.
Making my skin crawl right
order it.
now.
Yeah, you don't. This is gonna sound weird. You don't have to get a bread bowl. You can literally just get a bowl.
I've just never been there. Okay, might go.
You can like buy a sandwich without like dunking it into water.
Huh.
You can do like you can
I
order things the way you want.
I do that most of the time with my life, but like they're known for like the bread bowl there. Okay, and it fucking makes my skin crawl.
They're just known for
I heard that there's some stores where people go and they put their stuff in paper bags. I won't shop there. I'm not shopping there.
I don't know why. The first thing, because Panera also has a lot of coffees, and when he's talking about bread bowls and soggy bread, I can just imagine someone like drinking coffee out of a bread bowl now.
Okay. So Space Marine 2 had some updates. Fucking disgusting.
I'm just trying to see if I can get him. I'm trying to see if I can get him to leave.
I might fucking gag.
Casey and I actually played this last night, and it's a lot better because they used to have a tight formation system in Space Marine 2 when they did this last update where they introduced lethal. Basically, what had to happen is your entire group had to stay within a certain range in order for you to be able to utilize like that. If you executed an enemy, you get some armor back. They got rid of that tight formation, which I didn't necessarily mind it for lethal. Like they put it in ruthless and lethal. I figured they should have left ruthless alone, and then lethal, with it being the hardest one, maybe implemented it there. That's okay, but there are different classes that like it doesn't make sense to utilize. Like if you have a sniper or an assault class, like they're meant to kind of be distanced from the group. So
then did they just remove the area of effect, or
no? They got rid of it entirely.
Okay, so you just don't have an area of effect at all anymore. So if you do an execute, your teammates no longer get armor, no matter where they are.
Well, it's only the person who's getting the execution that gets the armor. But yeah, so it doesn't matter where you are. So you used to have to be like, if your group was over here and you were over here, you would have to get closer to your group in order to be able to get armor. But now it doesn't matter where you are at. You could be fighting a group over here. You could be fighting a group over here, and you're good. So I mean, I didn't mind it, but at the same time, I'm not upset that they got rid of it. So they did say that now that the game's released, it's not even the developer's game anymore. It's the player's game. So unlike, the Helldivers situation where they're just like, let's nerf everything.
Yeah. I was going to say that Helldivers, that's what it started out as the player's game. And then they just slowly removed the player input into whatever else.
They did nerf the Melta rifle, but the Melta was pretty OP. Like as soon as you had it, it was one shot everything, and it would knock back a lot of Majoris enemies and stuff like that, but not anymore. They did recently do a buff to like pretty much every bolt weapon, but everything on the bolt or on the list of weapons that were buffed were bolts. It was between 5 and 20%. So some of the snipers and rifles and stuff like that have a pretty good.
I like the melee shit in that game a lot.
Melee is awesome, which is funny because you've only meleeed like 3 times in that game and never played again. And then they reduced the enemy spawn in Ruthless because they pretty much like up. It felt like Ruthless was lethal for a minute, so they reduced the spawn on that and they upped the armor by 10% in Ruthless. So things have gotten a lot better since the last update. They updated it so it felt more playable again. I'm still trying to get. Casey and I are going through level by level to try and get the new Bulwark helmet. So we've gotten through, I think, like 3 of them, but it's a fucking challenge. If you don't have 3 people that are communicating, you might be fucked. You can. It's definitely a communication game, and it's if you die now, it's 300 seconds, which is like 5 minutes of you not responding and being down one person and just getting fucking worked. So
that's a lot.
I hope what they're doing with the whole like. Being the player game, I hope that really catches on more with other games. Blizzard's been doing a really good job with it recently. There was a mini game-esque thing for Halloween and it was so popular that they're even doing balance patches and fixes during this event, and the event only lasts 2 weeks. But it is so popular that they're taking the feedback from people. They
Is
did
that
the same thing. Go ahead.
storyline? The Halloween
No,
storyline?
no, it was something else. It's basically a roguelike that they have. So what it is, it's a 5v5. You have very limited characters, but at the beginning of each round, you have this little 3 selection of things that you
Oh,
can
yeah.
pick.
I get what
And
you're saying,
so
yeah.
you
I
pick
know what
one
you're
of
talking
them, and then you can get rid of one on the next round and pick up 2 more. So you can delete one and then add 1 or 2, depending on how many spots you have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it honestly, it was a lot of fun. It's been going really well for a lot of that stuff. They're listening to people. They actually started taking suggestions about how to deal with the newest character in Diablo 4, the Spiritborn, because it was like completely broken, but it was the fun kind of broken. It wasn't hurting anybody, because it's not like there's leaderboards, there's none of this other crap.
Yeah.
And then with D3, same thing. They are starting to listen to their fans. Staying on that whole Blizzard thing, because StarCraft 2 is coming to Game Pass. They have actually updated it and done huge balance patches with StarCraft 2. This game's like 13 years old, and they're still coming out with new maps. They just completely redid like 5 units for like each of the races. I don't know. I'm gonna say that it's a win for Blizzard. For once in my life, I'm gonna have to say that it's.
Did you
it's a
hear what
W.
they're doing with Overwatch? Other than the balancing for Halloween?
Bringing back 6v6.
Yeah,
in
they're
season
going to bring it back in
14?
season
fucking
14,
time.
yeah. Did you hear
How
about the
many
2
years
different
we've been
types they're
waiting
going
for
to be
that?
doing, though?
I'm not a fan of
Yeah,
the 5v5 and 6v6 because
well, it's not 5v5. It's 2 different types of 6v6. So there's the original like 2v2 v2 v2.
Mhm.
And then they're going to do one where it's a min 1 max 3. So you have to have at least 1 in each role,
Mhm.
and then one of the roles can have three players. So like you could have 1 or 2 healers, a DPS, and 3 tanks, or something like that. You know what I mean?
they're trying to get away from. There's an old comp called Goats.
Mhm.
And basically the entire thing was a brawly comp. It used a lot of AoE healing, and it was part of an entire meta called Sustained Watch. Basically, whoever had more resources won the fight. It was boring. Like, there was a one tournament that I was watching, and the team that was attacking was in, like, the starting area, and they were showing that they were going to play things like Genji and Tracer and all these things, and everyone in the crowd is like cheering and everything, and right before the doors open they switch to Goats, and then they get booed for the next like 45 seconds.
Mhm. kinda funny.
And I actually got to talk to one of the pro teams, the Philadelphia Fusion, about Goats, and they're like, yeah, we don't like it either. I got to talk to like their entire management team and everything else, because I did the fiber forum out at their clubhouse out in Venice in California. And they're like, we hate it, but we can't do anything because that's the only thing that can compete with, the only thing to beat Goats with is Goats. And
Right.
it was horrible. And that kind of brought the end to the Overwatch League. Overwatch 2, we were never a fan of 5v5, and it really put a fire into their ass because of Marvel Rivals.
Right. Well, I mean, they're supposed to be reworking everything to now make 6v6 more functional again. So
Is it too late, though, is my question. Because
I already want to play Marvel Rivals over Overwatch. I'll be honest. Like,
and
I have a lot in
I-
Overwatch,
I've
but
probably 1,300 hours into Overwatch.
I have a lot. Yeah, I don't have that much. But
Actually, it might even be more than that, because I have 3 accounts, because I used to have them for playing with different groups of people. I had my like tournament account, I had my personal, and then I had the one that I would play with friends that just
the
was
Smurf
trash.
account. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, it always stayed in bronze, and it was dumb. Hopefully it does well. Hopefully they continue to listen to their people, but I don't know. Anytime that Blizzard gets a W, they then take like 9 L's in a row because they get full of themselves. And I really hope that doesn't happen this time.
Well,
I just need Marvel Rivals to come out.
back to the like hopefully like single player or like team player games get better. I'm super excited about the next Halo. It sounds like they got like revamped their whole team, and like a lot of good things are coming from that. So and it looks fucking amazing. So
I think I'm gonna have to wait and see what the trailer, the beta and stuff kind of shows.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd love for it to be amazing, especially.
I'm gonna
being
buy it
Unreal.
no matter what because it's fucking Halo.
Of course you are.
I mean,
Of course you are. You bought COD.
Yeah.
We're not surprised you're gonna buy Halo, dude.
I didn't.
It's
I
another,
didn't. I didn't buy Halo.
It's another
Infinite.
name that's well known. You're gonna buy it. We already know.
No, that's not true. I didn't buy Halo fucking 5. And
Well, you had to save your money
Halo
for COD
Infinite.
6.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
You bought the other CODs when that came
You
out.
guys are
Yeah, of
just
course you weren't going to.
Haters.
I know.
Not
Speaking of being
haters. It's just I get so tired of the exact same gameplay. I want something more.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like I watched you play some Black Ops, and yes, it looks like you're having fun and everything else, but that high never stays. Like that
Okay,
that
let's be
euphoria
real.
just doesn't.
I don't really have fun. Okay, I'm just leveling guns. I'm not having fun. I'm just leveling guns. That's all I'm doing.
All right, you heard it here, guys. He actually hates COD, but he's trying to be.
I do. I fucking hate multiplayer. I fucking hate it. It's so fucking boring. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. There's just
Stop giving them money.
It's so fucking dumb. It's the worst.
Yeah, well, if you don't like it, then don't give them money, and they will stop doing the thing.
They want to level my guns.
Then do
my
what you told me to
skins.
go play Plunder.
It's not out yet.
Don't even go play Plunder. Hey, I heard that Warzone actually gives pretty good drops. Just do that.
They do.
Yeah, I heard their ground loot's great. Someone in
it's
this
not.
podcast said
It's
that.
not integrated
Yeah.
in there yet. Okay, it's not there.
Oh, so you'll have to give it a little extra time.
Yeah, 2
Man.
weeks.
Oh no.
You play pubs for 2 weeks.
I've given COD
Struggle through
like
it.
22 years of my life. I shouldn't have to wait another 2 weeks to play what I want to play.
I agree. But you do, otherwise you buy the game. And that's what I did.
Well, or just make it like PUBG or Fortnite or whatever, where it's all ground loot and it's not these care packages that come in
Or-
and drop you your own meta weapons and shit.
Or you go back. I got to go back to Blizzard because I did forget one thing. Season 33 did start in Diablo 3, so it launched it launched 4 days ago. So what day would that have been? Was that Thursday?
Sure. Yeah.
Something like
Uh-huh.
that. Recently launched. It is doing great on a multitude of things. Like it's actually, I think, doing better than D4 is
What is
right now,
this?
even though Diablo 3,
Oh,
the game that's like 15 years old at this point,
yeah.
still has a
Some
huge
updates.
player base, still has a huge following because it was done right. And yeah.
You know what IP has a huge following or
So,
seems to be doing pretty good with games? Naughty Dogs. They created like The Last of Us and Uncharted, all those games.
they created those. I know they created
Mhm.
what was that fucking one game? I can't think of what it's called.
I give up
They
what?
made 2 of them. It was called Dogs.
Last of Us?
Wasn't
The
it?
Last of Us?
No.
Last of Us 2 is like one of the most well-known popular games.
Watch Dogs.
People
is
want
what
No,
I'm thinking.
Last of Us 2 was
Thinking Watch
trash.
Dogs
The Last of
over
Us won.
You talking
won
about
multiple.
Last of Us 3 was
No.
trash, and then Last of Us 2 was I swear.
I've
people were
heard
trying to get
everybody
that.
liked 1 and 2.
Yeah.
No, the Last of Us 2 was horrible. That was the whole golf simulator, and they didn't like that they were putting in a lesbian love interest, and the main character from the first game was like beaten to death. Yeah, spoiler alerts for a game that came out like 5 years ago.
Well,
But no, like it was memed on horribly. I have the game. I didn't even finish it. It was bad.
they're supposed
I-
to be creating a completely new game. So, and it's a completely different. Like it's going to be an open world sci-fi game, probably in space. They've confirmed that there is a new IP, but they don't exactly know the game type yet. So hopefully, especially with CC being like Chamber today, they'll have some good info on what the game will actually become compared to just because all the other games are usually just like a storyline game that you play and then branch off from there. But this one is supposed to be actual open world. So we'll see if they can compete in an open world type of IP compared to their normal storylines. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Cece, I was looking at the list of Naughty Dog games. I can't find what you
Nah,
were thinking of.
I meant Watch Dogs. I was like, it's my bad. They weren't a Naughty Dog.
I didn't realize Naughty Dog did the new Crash Bandicoot.
I'm not surprised.
I didn't either. I'll be honest. I didn't realize that.
Those
either.
games were fucking
Oh,
fun
it's not
back in the
new.
day.
Sorry,
That
it's
shit
old as
and,
shit. Never mind.
Like Spyro
Oh,
the
yeah,
but I
Dragon. Good shit.
You know what you could do? Now that I'm reading this list a little bit further down, you know what you could do to get your weapons leveled up like instantly?
What?
Cheat?
They haven't fixed it
unlock
yet. It's not really a cheat. It's a exposure of an issue within the game.
It's cheating.
So
That's called an exploit.
It's called
It's an
cheating.
exploit. In the zombie mode, you can get basically like God mode. So I'm sure they'll probably have this fixed by the time that this episode releases, and if not, it'll be fixed shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
But if you go to zombie mode and you get to level 16, which is the first level where the amalgamation, however the hell you say that zombie's name is.
Amalgamation.
That one, amalgamation, right?
I
That
got
one.
you.
I can't.
Mhm.
Yep, pronunciations. I felt like CC for a minute.
I know what you're talking about.
Yep. So when that zombie comes out, you kill every zombie but that one, and then
Okay.
you go over to the zip line at shore. When it uses its pole ability, you basically interact with the zip line almost exactly at the same time.
Okay.
And what will happen is you won't go up the zip line, because if you go up the zip line, that means you did it too early. And if you hit it too late, then the zombie will actually pull you. But if you do it right at the right moment, none of the it'll mess it up to where none of the zombies can actually target you.
Oh.
And you'll be able to just go through and just zombies will spawn, but you'll be able to kill them because they can't target you. And apparently what they've been doing is they'll do that. They'll do the glitch once they get to level 16, and then they switch it to hard mode. So that way the zombies start spawning a lot faster. And then they just go through and just kill everything, and everything. They get a shit ton of XP for it.
I was telling Cece about this. He's just like, no, they've got, because he was telling me that it has to be like a critical kill for a lot of his things, and
Yeah.
he got like 5 after killing like 400 things.
No, I got like
don't know.
125 or something, but
I tried helping him. He doesn't want it, and he wants to do
I
everything
don't.
the hard way.
I don't like glitches and shit. Like I don't like cheating in any way.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Isn't that what they taught you when you used to play
That's what-
sports?
That's what
I don't like it
Eddie
either,
Guerrero taught me when I was a kid, but I don't like that shit. I don't want to get
I don't like
fucking
it either.
banned, bro. Like I'm terrified to get fucking banned from any game.
But I
after
mean,
that
it's kind of like
Fortnite debacle.
It's kind of like you talking about the it's not a PvP, it's a PvE. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah,
and it's
I mean, I
really
get
you're just
it.
using. You're not using it to like destroy the game or destroy somebody else's gameplay. You're literally doing it
Yeah.
just to level up your guns and stuff.
Yeah, but like if I
Compared
level up my
to-
guns that way, did I really fucking do it? It's like using an unlock tool. It's like
Who cares? You only have 2 weeks before the battle royale comes out, and that's the only reason you're playing multiplayer, right?
Because you hate multiplayer.
Yeah, if you hate multiplayer,
I
why
do.
not just level it up through zombies?
I do
Then you don't
hate
have
it.
to worry about it. Then
Oh,
you can
by
just
the way,
literally level everything up in like 2 rounds.
me and my community stopped using the word exploit, because if it's been found, and the point that it's been found, it's been posted, we're reposting it, like it's been out for a minute, right? And if they're not going to fix it, it's working as intended. I used to call them oversights, but if they're going to leave them in the game for a week, 2 weeks, or whatever, then it's just working as intended. Use
By
it.
the
It's a
way,
feature, not a bug.
the Unqualified Gamers podcast does not like you, Zeus. They do not like you and your idea of stop calling it a Twitch ban, call it a suspension.
Oh,
They
that wasn't
fucking
the
all kinds of
community.
comments.
Oh yeah, they're going
A lot
at
of
you. They're like,
comments.
it is a fucking ban.
Who
Doesn't
fucking
matter
cares?
if it's a 30 days or a week.
It's like
yeah,
10
But it's
comments
not
on
a
there.
ban.
It is a ban.
It's a suspension.
It's not. It is a ban though. It can be a temporary ban. It's still a ban. If you stop someone from being able to use something, you're banning them from using it. It doesn't matter if it's temporary or not.
I don't
It's
know.
still
The
a temporary
community
ban.
not a single
Yeah.
person so far has agreed with you, Zeus. So
That video
I'm
has
just
like
letting you know.
1,200 views or something like that, and like 17 comments. And there's people who are like, "Who
keep
fucking
commenting,
cares?"
guys. Keep commenting, guys.
Yell at him.
We
Yell at him
need the
some more.
boost. We need the boost. We need the
Whatever. I will die on that hill that there's a difference between a
These
suspension
people would
and
kill
a
you on that
ban.
hill. Some of them are very fucking angry with the fact
And
that
that's
you.
fine. Like, if you get your license suspended, then that means you're getting it back eventually. Like, there is a time period. If you get it revoked, you have been banned from driving.
Well, yeah,
Where's
but sometimes a revoke can be reversed, and then you have your license again. It's not for the rest of your life.
Oh,
I mean-
did they all get deleted?
What?
Yeah, I can't.
Did all what get-
Was it on TikTok? That they
It
were
was
all
on
bitching?
TikTok. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was on TikTok. That's why. That's why you're confused.
Okay, yeah, I
Yep.
couldn't find
And
it.
it's all right. Old man on TikTok.
That's right. They're like fucking. They're not happy.
I
With
think
it.
someone
fine.
did.
I
I think
will-
someone did call you an old man and tell you like,
Yeah.
"Who the
yeah,
fuck
they
cares,
did.
old man?"
They did. Yeah. There's a lot of comments that are just not. They're not a fan of Dr. Zeus right now, and I think it's.
You know
You
what
know,
else people aren't a
that's-
fan of?
What's that?
The fucking lunch leap
What?
meals. remember Lunchly, like that Beast and Logan came out with and KSI.
Okay, all right. I want to hear. I want to hear what you're saying about it. Go ahead.
So a lot of the stores have discontinued them, stopped purchasing them because
Really?
what's happening is the meals are coming out with mold in the cheese.
Really?
Yeah.
Doesn't that just mean that it's really good cheese?
So
Yes.
I've heard the exact opposite. I've heard that they're sold out everywhere and the shelves are empty, and that nobody can get their hands on them.
Yeah. So there's a YouTuber named Rosina Pacino who heard of these reports of like moldy cheese happening, especially mostly in the pizza ones. So she went out and got some Lunchleys. She got Lunchleys and Lunchables and tried to do a comparison video. And when she opened them, she was saying like this one has mold in it. She did it on her YouTube video. And like these ones both have mold inside of them, which someone came out and said that it's like a gluing issue, like the package isn't being properly sealed with the glue that they're using. But they
Doesn't
are
matter if there's fucking mold in your food.
right. Well, I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's a problem. That's what they're saying that the problem is. It's
I
not
haven't
like
heard anything negative about them yet. I've heard that people say that they're. I've heard people say that they're discontinued and shit, but then I've also seen that like the Walmart here, they're completely fucking gone. Like there's like 4 empty
probably
rows
because they pulled them from the shelf. People were literally bringing them back and getting refunds on them because of the mold inside of them. Like I've seen quite a few videos on them. It wasn't just the Rosina. I did see the Rosina one after I started looking into it, but a lot of them have had the moldy cheese and stuff like that. So a lot of stores won't stock them. They've discontinued them. I'm gonna guess until the packaging is fixed. I know that there's been some other issues with like Prime and stuff like that, but I don't think that has anything to do necessarily with Lunchly directly. But I mean, there's videos literally of people opening,
That's crazy.
like showing that it's not expired or anything like that. They show the expiration date. Like she opened it, I think in September or something or October, and it was set to expire in December, and then it had the moldy cheese. So there's.
I mean, you might be right. I'm not seeing them. They're not on here. They're not on the Walmart website. So they're not at my store. So
yeah. I don't know if that's not viable or discontinued or
well,
what.
If it were out of stock, it would be just out of stock.
It'd still be viable.
It would be out of stock.
It'd show as So and I think it was Mr. Beast it was either him or like his team or something was trying to call her a liar and saying that she was just making it up for a video, but there's been too many people that like obviously also showed that they were getting moldy shit too,
I didn't know if this was just another one of those, Caitlin Clark situations where you saw a video and,
Well, she did play a game in Europe,
had
so
no
we'll
fucking
see.
clue what you're talking about. When did she play a game in Europe? When did she play a game in Europe?
Like just this last 2 weeks ago or a week ago. Last week?
She didn't.
Look it up.
I didn't
say she's staying in Europe, but
I
don't know. We'll see. Maybe she'll sign a deal there or not. I don't know.
No, as far as right now, she's not going anywhere.
We'll see. She might.
$28 million from one sponsor. That's not including Gatorade, who probably gave her $10 million.
By the way, yeah, Cece, Caitlin Clark, explosive performance in the European League opener. You really need to like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're wrong.
Not wrong. And here's another thing. And a lot of people say this, like money can't buy happiness. So would you rather have like these? Oh, I'm going to have these $1 million deals, or would you rather have like?
She did not play in Europe. She didn't play in Europe. Get a fucking real source before you come at me about Caitlin Clark, okay? I'm the source for WNBA and Caitlin Clark around here.
Would you rather have money, or would you rather have like an actual every time she's playing a game, she's just getting attacked. Even her own team was attacking her at one point. You know what I mean?
Right, she doesn't give a fuck.
So, right, but would you rather have that negativity every single day, or would you rather go somewhere and make less money?
Okay. Do you think for one fucking second that if she went to Europe and played, they wouldn't attack her the same fucking way?
No,
absolutely they would, because it's fucking women, dude. No. They fucking hate her because she's better than them.
I understand. Like most women professions, the biggest complaint is other women.
Yes,
yelling it. I understand that, but it's not. This isn't necessarily even just a woman v woman thing. Like there's a lot of other things that go on, like people who are in the WNBA and they're part of the reason why it actually exploded and blah 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 compared to it's just another woman. That's not how it is.
I'm telling you right now, she did not play in Europe. She will not play in Europe. And if she does, I'll let you know.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you know.
Keep me updated.
I'll keep you posted.
I'll wait for that one.
I like how Zeus didn't say if I could word it after I said, give me a good fucking source, because he didn't say shit after that, because he knows he's fucking wrong. I wish she would. I'd give me more shit to watch, because the NFL is a fucking shit show right now. Go fucking Lions, baby. Go Lions, baby.
Okay, first of all, they usually always do good, and then they fucking shit the bed.
Okay, so, no, they don't do good. They fucking suck.
Most of my life, yes, they've been the worst team possible, other than like the Browns and shit like that.
Yeah,
but
right.
They do well. Like it seems like they're going to go far, and then they just lose it.
That's because you had that fucking bum Matt Stafford behind fucking quarterback, behind center for fucking 10 years. Now you have a real quarterback, a real coach, you have a real fucking team there. And if they get Cooper Kupp, it's over. It's over.
We will see.
Yeah.
We will see. I like I said, they usually always fall. They stumble.
I'm a Colts fan, by the way. But I'm a Lions fan this year. We know that
from your arm.
Yeah, I need to get that.
What this year?
I need to get some tape. Lions fan this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, maybe they'll make their first Super Bowl appearance ever. Would be insane to me.
Yeah.
I will not switch back to the Lions. I'll stay a Bucks fan just because my entire life they fucking suck. So I'm not going to switch back and forth. Like, I got a good team, you know.
You could still be a Lions fan if you were a Lions fan. Like, because I'm a Colts fan. I love the Colts, but
I'll say an MSU fan.
My whole childhood, I was a Dolphins fan, and I still love the Dolphins to this day. They fucking made so many mistakes that I couldn't.
The only reason I supported the Lions was because I lived in Michigan. That was the only reason. Yeah. Right? Not because they were good, but because I lived in Michigan, so I supported my home team. Now I moved to Florida. There's actually a good NFL team. I'll support the Bucks. But I will stay with my Michigan State for college. College everything. Basketball, football, all that.
Michigan State over Michigan? That's crazy.
Yep.
You froze there for a second, Kai.
Yeah, I know I did. Yeah, I'll take Michigan State over Michigan. That's just been a thing my entire life is Michigan State over
You got another hurricane coming or something?
No, my computer just sucks sometimes.
Oh, okay. I got you. I feel that.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. It could be the internet because I get 20 megabits per second.
My stream PC fucking blue screened on me Friday.
I did see a fix like that, and I think I saved the video. I'll have to try and do that, some sort of command prompt. But one thing I will say for operations with the PC is, have you heard of the GB operator?
No.
Plugs into your computer. So it's a Game Boy operator, and Thor went over this. It's the GB operator. It's $50. You plug it into your PC via USB, and what it does is it allows you to play Game Boy games, and you can save the files directly on your computer. It also has the ability to where if you want to write your own games onto like a blank game card, you can then take it to your Game Boy and play it on your Game Boy.
I have seen this, yes. I have seen this,
and that seems pretty legit. I mean,
is this just a new fad then? Because like
the old systems.
Well, the old systems being kind of like updated or whatever, because this kind of goes along the same exact lines as the analog 3D, being able to play your old games on something. No, I'm just talking about being able to play your old games on something that's now coming out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Nostalgia. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's going to be a trend for a while. I mean, it's not like the old systems. A lot of times you can't hook them up unless you get like some sort of converter or something like that. So to be able to just have a system that runs on things that you can know.
Who uses RCA jacks anymore, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably Casey. He seems like that kind of guy.
My TV's got him in it, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool to like you can make games and shit from it. I mean, that's pretty cool, but it's probably pretty fucking hard. But yeah, it looked like a pretty cool little thing. I've seen that. Yeah.
There's
I don't play old games.
There's also a Sonic. So with the nostalgia coming out, Sonic and Shadow games, Sega's going to be releasing a mainline game of Shadow's background, which I think hasn't been done
saw
in like 18 years.
Some reviews of what the stuff was being put out, and the person reviewing it was like, why couldn't we get this kind of like detail and story in the Sonic games? Why did it take this long? I guess everything in the new Shadow game is just putting most of the old Sonic stuff to shame.
Well, I mean,
And so
Sega did kind of go under. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard for them to want to make.
Well, I
these
thought
storylines
I thought they were coming back. I thought they were coming back.
They are.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think this is going to be part of that. But that's what I'm saying is they kind of disappeared for a while, so
yeah,
they're not going to be able to put this type of
the
stuff.
Fucking
into the Sonic
Dreamcast,
game.
man. The Dreamcast fucking screwed them so bad because they didn't listen to anybody. They're like, oh, people won't copy our games. Well, we did.
Not we.
We
what do you
did.
mean?
Right.
What do you mean we? No,
Don't put me
you.
in that fucking crowd. Yeah, you might have.
I did.
Mr. I
What is
won't
this
exploit
we
a
shit?
game, but I'll just, break copyright
Hey,
laws with games.
I was fucking like 12 years old at the time, all right? I had
and
a CD
committing
burner.
felonies, apparently.
I had a CD burner. I didn't have money to buy games, all right?
Whatever. That is the same thing for all felons. I
Yeah.
didn't have money for that car, so
I had to buy these Jordans. We didn't have money to buy them.
how else do you think I'm going to afford Black Ops 6?
That's right. It was $70, dude. It's expensive.
Yeah, that was like, God, how many games did you have to? Were you burning them and then like reselling them? Or
No.
do you not want to get into that?
I rented them.
Because the only thing that me and my friends that were anything like that was one of the original StarCraft games. We shared a CD key.
Yeah.
And so we couldn't go on BattleNet at the same time, but we could play each other with the same CD key.
They
So,
did say that
dial-up.
a couple
they
things
did
for
say
that.
that this Sonic game is going to have side-scrolling and 3D gameplay. By the way,
I have not been a fan of the 3D gameplay in any of the Sonics. Like, I don't know why. It just, to me, it looks bad.
So
I don't know, I haven't ever played
at
3D
my
gameplay.
local video game store, okay, I gave the kid behind the counter. Well, I rented like 3 games one night, brought him back. That night, rented 3 more, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm burning these, man." He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like,
Can you burn some
we
for me?
we came to an agreement that I would take 3 games at a time, and I would burn him a copy. So I took all.
So
I
you
had
were
all the
distributing.
games. Yeah. Well, I wasn't distributing. I was giving.
If
for
CC isn't
that.
on this podcast next week, if this
Yeah.
spot right here is blank,
Also,
we know what happened.
Battlefield 2. Okay, back in the day, one of the greatest first-person shooters ever made. My buddy bought a copy of it, and I found a forum online that said if you change, I don't remember what 3 characters in the key code. There was 3 characters you had to change. But I sat there one night for like 6 hours because I didn't have the money to buy the game. I think it was only $25. And I sat there one night and I just kept changing those 3 numbers and with different numbers, and I got the game for free.
I would like to take this moment to just kind of clarify that we here on the Unqualified Gamers do not support the piracy.
Yeah, no, we
of,
don't. No, this was 12-year-old CC. He was a fucking scumbag, dude.
God, I thought we weren't. I thought we agreed we weren't going to have any more felons on here.
Did we
Well,
have
first
one
of all,
on?
I don't
yet?
remember that agreement, but
yeah,
have we had one?
yeah.
Well, we've had CC on the entire time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, right.
Like
Yeah.
you guys never fucking copied a game or anything before. Come the fuck on.
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah, no, I didn't. The only things that I got copied were off of someone else's hard drive when we were getting ready to go to Iraq because we all had the same movies on the externals.
Oh,
That was
where'd you get the movies from?
from somebody else?
From the internet. Pirated movies.
That's not where I got them from. I got them from a hard
Oh.
drive.
Okay.
I don't know where they got them from.
Another thing that we did back then was Halo
Jesus
used to
Christ.
used to come out with CDs for the map packs, right?
Right.
So me and like 5 of my friends went to the midnight release of the map packs, right? Paid $25 a piece for the disc, right? Got home, installed it. Found out we only needed 1 copy. You could literally rent the fucking key from Blockbuster, or you could rent the disc and install it, and you're good. You didn't need the disc anymore. So we all bought it,
Return.
and no, we decided that we would never do that again. And then that was the last time that you could just buy it online after that.
Then you go play some more Halo.
I
too.
love
wish
how-
Multiplayer was
I love how TikTok's calling me a boomer and Cece's over here like Blockbuster was the best thing ever.
No, Blockbuster. I've never rented anything from Blockbuster. Ever.
Those whatever the video score was.
When I was old enough to go to Blockbuster, I tried to rent a movie, and they told me I had to pay like $30 a month for a membership
Subscription
to rent. Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. So I went over to Family Video. That was the other spot.
Yeah, Family Video is what we use. Yeah.
Hollywood Movies is where I got the Dreamcast games from as a child.
Scary Movie 6.
Yes. Last thing. Yeah.
I can't stand the Wayne brothers. I've never.
Scary Movie 1 was good, but
Major Pain.
I haven't enjoyed any of them after
I like
that.
Major Pain
was
Scary
fucking
Movie
awesome.
2 was probably my favorite, but Major
Scary
Pain,
Movie 2 was
hilarious.
good.
White Chicks, hilarious.
Couldn't stand White Chicks.
I didn't like White Chicks either.
Okay, you guys are like two of the few because
yeah.
Then again, I don't like Will Ferrell either. So I'm like,
he's a fucking terrorist.
What?
I'm pretty sure he doesn't like Will Ferrell.
What movie? Yeah,
any movie. We've had this discussion.
You're just
before.
saying Will Ferrell and John. I thought you were talking about one of the movies. I just
no, he doesn't like
no. So Will Ferrell,
Talladega Nights is one of the funniest movies ever fucking made.
Yeah,
so it's
I'm not a
Will
huge
Ferrell.
Will Ferrell either. Yeah, but yeah,
Oh my God.
Talladega Nights
Will
is
Ferrell
great.
was good when he was doing sketch comedy. Are you
The other guy?
stroking out over there?
I might be.
Do we need a
Muted
hug?
himself.
Do we need
What
to-
an idiot!
Do we need to give you more attention?
I didn't mute myself.
He's still muted. What an idiot!
He's still muted.
Oh
Man.
shit! I actually hit the mute button on my keyboard. My bad.
Told you.
Yeah, you like screamed in our ears and then muted yourself.
I didn't mean to mute myself. It's the plus button on my number pad right by my mouse.
I will
hit it.
say
My
I
bad.
did like Will Ferrell and the other guys. Talladega Nights and the other guys are probably like two movies I could stand.
Step
But he
Brothers?
didn't do his like normal crazy self.
No, Step Brothers was such
okay. It was still, I don't know. I'm not a.
The thing is,
an
Will
okay
Ferrell only plays Will Ferrell in movies. Like he doesn't play anything other than just Will Ferrell.
Well, that's why I said
So-
I liked him in the other guys. It was a little bit different. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean.
But
Anyway,
I mean, so Scary Movie was originally created by the Wayne brothers, and then the studio took over, and they talked about like they should have sued Harvey Weinstein for basically stealing the movies from them, but they didn't. But now they're supposed to be back in Scary Movie 6, so hopefully
I
it'll be
liked
as
the
good as
first. I liked the first one, but I didn't really care for any of them after that. It just kind of got.
You didn't like the
dumber and
second one?
dumber
The
and
second
dumber.
one I thought was hilarious.
Maybe it was. I can't really remember.
The second
All
one
I
is where
know
like he gets rolled up in the mattress and smoked like a blunt by the weed tree.
Oh yeah, that was okay.
the guy with the
first two
strong
were-
hand.
The first two
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
good. Okay, first two
Yeah.
were good because
Yeah, the third one was like, not that great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like
It was
not
okay,
another
but it
scary
wasn't
movie.
great. And then 4 just
Not
was
that good.
completely off a cliff. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all right.
let's we should probably wrap things up here. I mean, unless you guys got unless you have like a lot of other shit. I mean, we're over an hour, so
Rapido Aiki, we're good.
we're good. We're good.
go
Zeus,
for it,
you wanna-
Stacey. Why don't you take us out for once? Without saying welcome.
Welcome to the Unqualified Gamers Podcast. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the show.
Thanks for joining us, guys. You can catch us on YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, Apple, Facebook, Patreon.
iHeart, all the
iHeart.
podcasts, whatever it is. Yeah, all those.
Hey,
Man,
please,
How hard is it?
Please go give us a review on Spotify and subscribe on Spotify, please. Really trying to push Spotify right now.
YouTube,
is
don't forget to sub. I mean,
Yep.
most of the people that watch this seem to not be sub, but they watch it constantly. So, I mean, doesn't hurt. Just hit the subscribe, hit the bell if you want to get the notification that we put out a new episode. And then leave us a comment about what you want us to talk about. That way we can bring it up on the next podcast. And I'm not struggling to make a list. Actually, this list wasn't that bad, but still, you know, let me know where Caitlin Clark is playing next in the comments.
God.